Welcome everyone. We are live once again with the Roleplay podcast. As always, Roleplay podcast on YouTube and all of your favorite podcasting, whatever the fuck they are. I haven't shared this with Ssaab. We might be getting a sponsor, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
finally.
All this time has paid off.
Yeah. Do you guys know that the majority of podcasts stop after or it's like that there's like a graph of like the fall off of podcasts, and it's literally based on episode number. It's like people will do one podcast and 90% of them don't make it past one episode. And that's like
really?
Why do you think that's the case though?
You know, I think in life everyone's really excited and passionate about doing things, but it's kind of hard to like commit and do things like longer term, you know?
What number are you on?
What is this? I think we're on like number like 15 or 16.
We're doing great. We're doing great. No, we're doing great. This has been fantastic. I've loved this podcast, and he's taught me a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a cool way to also just like meet everyone, get role playing perspectives. I mean, I actually think my favorite series is the one we're doing right here, which is our noobs of NoPixel. So we'll get into that because we have to introduce our guests, our two noobs of NoPixel, Kimmy and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on.
I do think it's like really fun, like having a noob's perspective, because it must feel really refreshing for you guys, and like who have been role playing for 5-6+ years, right?
Dude, the people I think I love interacting with the most are new people. It's just fresh. I always feel like there's this idea that like if you're a veteran RPer, that makes you like necessarily better at roleplay. Whereas I'm like I think it makes people complacent. I know I got complacent, and I feel like it's new people coming in that actually tend to be really good.
The spark.
Yes, they have the spark, and they inspire other people.
Yeah, exactly. Either they bring something new or they have a different outlook on things. You're like, wow, okay, I never thought it that way. This is really cool. I'm inspired. I'm gonna follow that person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like if you're doing anything for 5+ years, it starts to maybe get, a little tiring, but like, me and Kimmy are super new to NoPixel in comparison, and I feel a little bit of a fraud being here right now just because like I've kind of been on a RP hiatus like the past 2 weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, we had Shoto on too, don't worry.
All right, great.
Not him catching straight.
Wait, so where do you guys come from? What'd you do before RP, and how'd you find out about roleplay? Sorry, I'm just a noob like you as far as you, so if you could just like educate me as far as that aspect, I would love that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kimmy, go first.
Oh, okay. My 9-year Ssaab anniversary is tomorrow, so I've been around Twitch for a while.
Wow, 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years tomorrow. I kind of did everything: variety, IRL. I do some ASMR too. And so what was the question? I'm so sorry, my brain.
How'd you what'd you do before, and how'd you find roleplay basically?
Got it. Okay, so I almost feel like the stars kind of aligned for roleplay because so many people I know were doing GTA RP already. Blau, like Leslie, just so many, and yeah, they got me into roleplay, so yeah, very happy about that.
Yeah,
Peter?
I've been streaming since 2017. Kimmy was actually one of the people that actually introduced me to the streaming space in general, so it's kind of
Really?
crazy because
Wow.
I don't really think of myself as like a long time streamer, but like I can't like say that 7 years is not a long time.
Nah,
so,
you're old AF.
yeah,
Peter.
I'm old now. I'm like fucking Kai, Sinat, and Jinxies, and all these young kids who are popping off. I'm like,
All
holy,
these youngins.
holy fuck.
I know,
so
it's
old,
crazy how the meta changes too as well on
yeah,
Twitch.
and yeah, I've just been streaming kind of variety for a while. We played a lot of Among Us during the COVID era, and from there I just kind of played here or there, a lot of Riot games, unfortunately, which deteriorated my mental health significantly. But Yeah, I think I just heard a lot about RP just from my friends who got into RP. So that would be like Leslie and Blau and Ray and so on and so forth. So many people were actually into RP, but I was really scared, like nervous about getting into RP just because like I feel like I have really bad social anxiety. And even in like a video game setting, like especially when in NoPixel where it's like there's there's no direction. You just kind of do what you want to do. There's so much. It's like the burden of freedom, if that makes sense, where there's like a lot of pressure to like make something out of nothing, and that's like really fucking scary. So I played NoPixel for a little bit. I want to say in like 2021. I played NoPixel for like 2 weeks, and I tried it a couple times, and honestly, I just like I had these fucking mini panic attacks every time I thought about logging in, and then took a break from it. Yeah, and then yeah, it was really fucking scary to me. And then 4.0 happened, and people were starting to play it again. I was like, I'll just give it another shot. Like, why not? And this time, I definitely stuck way harder to RP. I would say that I haven't really been RPing a lot within the last 3 weeks or so. But like before that, I was playing NoPixel basically nonstop for like a month at least. So it was really, really fun, but it was.
And what got you hooked? What was fun for you and Kimmy? What got you continue to play and get on the server every single day?
It was funny because like the first day I was like, I'm gonna have no expectations. If all I do is work at the fast food place for like 3 hours, then whatever. That's what happened. What happened my first day. And you know what? I actually applied to Burger Shot, or applied. I joined Burger Shot. I just did menial like fast food burger cooking for like 2 hours. A couple random things happened. So I got robbed once. That was fun.
I remember
Yeah.
you were working at Senior Buns off stream for like 2
yeah.
hours, and then didn't you get like robbed of all your pay slips?
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to make money off stream, so I worked at Burger Shop for 2
No!
hours. I got robbed. I had my pay
Ouch.
stubs taken, and on top of that, my car. I got like a parking ticket or something. So I basically made negative money off stream. So I made I think like $1,000 and lost $1,200 or something in that time. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I actually had a very eventful first day, which I think really helped. Benji put out an ad saying that he needed an assistant. So I was like, okay, I have nothing else to do, so I'll just see like what this is all about. And I went, and then like the interview went really well. It was really funny, and then like that's how my storyline on NoPixel kind of began from there. And yeah, I like ran into a lot of really cool and interesting people, like just through NoPixel. Just there's so many fucking people. Also, another intimidating thing is there's so many names you have to remember.
Oh yeah,
like just
it's a different world.
Oh and, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
People recognize someone's arm tattoo and be like, "Oh yeah, that's this character." I'm like, "How the fuck did you even?" They're wearing like a different mask, different outfit, and you were able to pick them out in like less than a second just off of an arm tattoo. So like, it's a little rough, but yeah.
I metagame off my chat for that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And don't do that.
Okay, no, listen. Ssaab is here as an admin.
What do you mean you metagame? What does that mean? You give me context. What does that mean?
Okay. And this will be interesting because I'm curious for Kimmy and Peter's take on this, because a lot of the people I talk to when they come into NoPixel are really scared about, there's these rules and these rules, and I don't want to break rules, right?
Right.
Which I was
Makes
too.
Sense.
And then I learned that you can guys break rules all the time because there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't really impact stuff, right? So what I mean by metagame is like, okay, let's say I'm playing the character Mickey.
Okay.
Listen, man, I have my own life. I got to keep track of stuff. I've got, a giant fat like family gathering coming up, and I'm trying to memorize who are like my uncles, my cousins, all this stuff in my real life. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna fucking learn who the characters are that Mickey knows, right? So if I want to know that, I'm like, chat, does Mickey know this person? Oh, chat, how does Mickey feel about, like, it's metagaming in the sense that it's like reminding me.
It's not Mickey's fault, it's Blau's fault.
Well, Mickey, the character, has perfect memory.
Yeah, exactly.
I roleplay him as such.
So you roleplayed it. Oh, see, that's your RP reason.
Mickey is very good with people and can remember them. Blau cannot. But I mean, like, isn't there like that one number where it's like you can only remember like so many people's names? So now all of a sudden,
I think there's nothing wrong with it if you roleplay it out. But if you just have no idea what's going on and don't give a shit. Oh, sorry, I swore. Don't give a damn. And then you just swear. Oh, we can swear on this podcast?
Bro, what was the last episode? Wait, are you... Were you not
Sorry, I
here for
forgot.
that?
I forgot,
We
I
were talking
forgot.
about drinking piss in cups, bro.
It's pretty standard.
I bet Curtis was there.
Yeah, Curtis
that
was it. Curtis,
conversation.
Yeah, but
Curtis showed up like a wrecking ball. It was wild.
he did. But going back to what you said, Peter, the first day, it makes or breaks it for a lot of people that are new to the server. Like a lot of people who are down to RP, their first day just awful, and they never want to touch it ever again. A lot of people, it's the opposite, and they're hooked for life.
Yeah. I definitely was hooked for a while, and it was just a great first day to have in terms of like reasons why I would come back, like actual like storyline reasons why I should come back. So it was really good. In terms of like being able to use my chat to like cheat with the names, I wish I could fucking do that because my chat just either straight up lies to me and tells me a completely different person's name, which has happened multiple
Classic.
times.
Yeah, they'll
to
do
the point
that.
where like they tell us like, oh shit, our bad. We thought that I think they're fucking with me. Like they're legitimately fucking with me.
Pretty
So
funny. Pretty funny.
yeah.
And then he calls someone the wrong name. That's even better.
No,
Yeah.
the amount of girls on NoPixel with like white hair, pigtails, and like a black mask, and I'm just like,
There's a lot of those, yeah.
I need to know by their arm tattoos. I actually need to memorize them by their arm tattoos because there's no other fucking way. So yeah.
Credit to Leslie and the Foozes. All of the Foozes are super recognizable. Like September's
The
recognizable.
colors.
Yeah, January's
Yeah, it's the
recognizable.
colors, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, I mean, Kimmy, what was your first day on the server like? You know, since Peter shared
Oh
his.
my gosh. People don't realize how many layers there are to RPing in NoPixel. Like I was going in with such like I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I created a Fooze. First of all, I've never done role playing before, really. I don't have experience acting or anything. And suddenly I'm going in role playing a character that's already integrated in a whole family that knows pretty much everyone in the city. On top of that, I had this great idea to create my own storyline going into the city, like apart from my other family. So I had to integrate my own storyline to mix in with my existing families and mix in with like the whole city. On top of that, I don't know how to play the game at all. I don't know the mechanics. So I was literally taking shots of alcohol because I was so stressed out my first like week just
Holy-
role playing.
Wow.
And like I just didn't know how to talk or act or move or what to do. I'm like, oh my god, what would September say? Like, is she supposed to know this? Is she supposed to know that? And I was making everything up on the fly, and it was very stressful. But it was like it was one of my most like fun weeks in this content creating space like I've had like in the past like decade. It was a wild ride, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I had a phenomenal first week as well.
I knew Kimmy had a problem when every time I ran into her, I would be like, huh, that's interesting. I didn't know she was streaming today. And I would check her channel and she's offline. I swear to God, I think I've checked her stream like
Addicted.
15 times.
No.
You did
Okay.
so much fucking G6. When I was
That's when you know
looking
people
into-
are addicted too. It's
when I
offline.
was looking into
I-
getting a tier 3 truck, I was talking to Elle about it, and I was like, oh yeah, like, so how long do you think it would take for me to do that? And she said, honestly, at the rate that you do it, it'd take you like 2 to 3 months. And I was like, wait a second, doesn't Kimmy already have it? She's like, yeah, I think she doesn't miss a single vault run. Like she is
Damn.
Okay.
the gains.
G6 discipline.
So, okay,
Yeah.
so my reason behind my G6 addiction was because it was really helping me learn how to just play the game. And G6 was like my medium and like a reason to just have me like facilitate learning the game and getting to meet people. So that no, I swear.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
no.
dude. And you couldn't do any of this on stream, right?
Okay, let me tell you, streaming adds a whole nother layer to the complexities of role playing in GTA. On top of already being overwhelmed, like every single thing I said was clippable, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am stun locked 24/7 if I just only stream. So streaming offline relieved a little bit of pressure. It like helped me get into the game a bit more.
For sure. I get it.
But
I'm
yeah, I
just
was
too
addicted.
worried that something like interesting happens off stream though. Like that is like the scariest
Yeah.
part where where it's like, oh shit, I got pulled into this insane fucking storyline and I don't have a POV on it. You know what I mean? So
Just click go live.
that's true. That's actually
That's true. If something fun
It's that
happens,
simple.
just go live. Honestly.
So I've got a question for the both of you, and I asked this to all the noobs in NoPixel. How has roleplay affected your life? As far as your schedule, your how much time you have, how much has it how much have you neglected real life for RP?
Kimmy, you go first. I feel.
Yeah.
That's like low key a toxic question.
Is it? No, I'm just curious because I'm curious how much addiction affect people. I don't know.
Goodness gracious.
I'm just. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Oh, I can answer. My entire life has changed because of GTRP. No one's ready for an 8-hour commitment to just come into your life like a wrecking ball. So I'd say the first month or two, my whole life scattered a lot, and I had to redo my whole schedule. Transitioning was really hard. But now I think I'm finally balancing a bit better. But I'm still heavily addicted. So if you guys have any advice on how to balance better, that would be greatly appreciated.
You're asking other streamers how to have a balanced life.
My recommendation is you take a day or two, you completely disconnect. You never touch roleplay, nothing know about it. You completely remove yourself. Like you live in a bubble, right? And then you leave that bubble and you're like, oh, I'm back, guys, what I missed. And then from there, you slowly just adjust back into the world. Because if you're constantly in it, you never leave it, it gets very stressful, in my opinion.
And whatever you do, don't do this. Because everyone always does this when they first start role playing. And maybe you guys have done it, maybe you haven't, or you'll get to that point. You start reading comments about your character or you.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, I'm going to tell you something. Some people are like, yo, Mickey's a fucking asshole. It's like Mickey's an asshole. It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, Mickey is kind of
some of those comments.
Yeah, but then you read the comment that's like, Mickey's voice makes me want to fucking blow my brains out. Also, Blau is a fucking loser, clout chaser, piece of shit. Hope you fucking. And then you're like, whoa. I thought we were just talking about Mickey at first. Like, oh, don't read the comments. Just and I feel like a lot of people go and look for this stuff to kind of get a sense of how people feel about their.
They're curious, it's human things, right? We're all curious about how people feel, see things, right? That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've ego searched my character before, and can I just tell you that naming your character Peener is a terrible idea in terms of trying to see comments about yourself, because you see a lot of fucking penises. You just see a lot of fucking dicks on Twitter if you put Peener as your username. So yeah, I was trying to somehow put Peener Pog you. I was like, oh, maybe I'll see if people did fan art or whatever, made comments. No, it's just a bunch of guys talking about their dicks or posting photos of their dicks. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just not fucking look up my character anymore. Never mind.
Do you ever, whenever you look this up, are you ever do you ever have a thought where you're like, that's a nice dick? When you see this stuff. Sorry, this is a really intrusive thought that I have had, but I'm always sometimes I'm like, yo, that's an aesthetic dick.
How many are you seeing though, Blau, to even get to that thought? Because I don't see much.
When you see them
Except
every
my
now.
own.
Well, you see them sometime, you see them around, you're like.
Is
Never
this
thought
what
about
guys
that.
talk about?
Well, the thing is, I want the confidence of a guy who would willingly post his dick on the internet. Imagine having that man's confidence. You would be fucking unstoppable. I would never post a fucking dick pic ever, but the confidence that guy must have is unmeasurable. So that's the only thing I'm jealous about. Not to the showing my genitals to the internet part.
Maybe
though.
I'm the only one who has that thought.
We're gonna lose the sponsor, Blau, after this one.
Fuck. This is the ERP episode. I'm so sorry.
I have
It can
said
be.
that's a nice cock before, so I don't think about it a lot, but I know where Blau's coming from.
Kimmy, to answer your question, do guys talk about this normally? No. I think guys talk about. When people say what's your Roman Empire? I don't think guys actually talk about the Roman Empire. I think I don't know what the other subclasses of guys are, but one of them we talk about pirates. There's 5% of guys where we fuck with pirates.
I can see that. Pirates, there are two boy themes that always stick out to me. One is pirates, and another one is big animals, beasts, fighting each other.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Oh, kaiju? Oh, fuck yeah. I fuck with kaiju, man.
Okay, well that's because Peter's
Or
a
Vikings.
weeb. No, Peter's a
Whoa,
weeb.
dude.
Peter's
Wait,
a weeb. She's a
about
kaiju. No, she's talking about like it's the classic Joe Rogan. Like, yo, what if a bear fought a lion? Not like a
Yeah,
kaiju,
yeah, like-
Peter. You're
yes,
such a
yes.
weeb.
Or like an elephant or a rhino.
Is liking
Yes.
Godzilla weeb-like behavior?
I don't know. That's kind of mainstream, actually.
Okay. Okay, I didn't think about like I didn't know if you were talking about the hypotheticals, like, oh, who would win, like 1,000 lions or a dragon or some shit like that.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, that's up too.
Kimmy,
Okay.
what's your Roman Empire? Or give us some insight into like women's Roman empires. Like, what are the things where like the girlies are like, ooh,
What keeps you at night, basically?
yeah.
So what's a Roman Empire exactly?
You say
It's
something
like-
like you're like particularly obsessed with. I feel like
It's like if
something that
someone
you think
mentions it in a
about.
conversation, you're like, ooh, and
Oh,
you like
maybe,
perk
like-
up and you're excited to talk about it.
Oh my god, maybe like the book talk. Do you guys know what book talk is? Like the
Yeah.
the guys with like the female gaze, those guys
I saw some shit
girl-
about book talk today. It was not good.
Wait,
Oh.
elaborate. What is book talk? It's the first time I hear about it.
Book
Oh,
talk is
it's-
like a niche
Go ahead.
of like usually women on TikTok that like reading, and for some they like reading a specific
like
genre of
romance
book.
novel.
Oh, I see. It's like okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
is this include the one
Right.
really famous book with the
Like
dragon?
Twilight kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
but,
like
it's modern
Twilight.
now.
Yeah, okay,
Twilight's,
okay.
like
Twilight's lit.
vampires and stuff.
Dude,
Oh,
there's the
okay,
one with
okay.
the dragon riders that's really popular.
There's like
Oh, so dragons?
Riders.
Yeah, there's one with dragons, but then
Huh.
like when you listen to it, it's like the dragons are fucking, and then like they can feel the dragons fucking.
it's like wait,
Dude,
what?
Fourth Wing, thank you, chat. Fourth Wing.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
heard about
God.
it's
that.
it's really popular.
Hold on.
And
I'm gonna do a quick Google search.
spoiler
Fourth
alert,
Wing.
you can. I guess they feel the dragons fucking. Like,
Well,
I
Feel
can
the
see girls
dragons
being into that.
fucking?
I can see
This is
girls
crazy.
being
I
into
was
that.
thinking like A Court of Thorns
This is
and
crazy.
Roses. I think that one's really popular
Yeah.
too.
oh my God, it's got a lot of reviews. One
these are
point.
really popular.
I tried
Yeah.
reading Fourth Wing because it was recommended to me by Jody, and I just kind of, for fun, looked up the word cock, and there's a lot of cock in a Fourth Wing, or the Fourth Wing, whatever it's called. It's a good amount of cock in there.
This is
And
why I
some of them
talk
are
to my
fun.
I
chat
never
about.
knew this existed.
And there's
Yeah.
there's words that appear in these books a lot, like glistening.
Mm.
That's a nice
Mhm.
word. I like that.
Stop,
word.
Kimmy,
That's-
stop. I
that-
hate that
no.
word. I hate glistening.
What is glistening? What does that mean? Use it in a sentence.
Oh, it's like glistening is kind of like shimmering, like shining.
Oh,
But
I
then-
see. Okay.
Like
I
a
think,
puddle under a hot sun.
yeah, but usually I think it's to describe like a man's sweaty body. I'm assuming.
Oh no, it's used to describe a lot of. It's like anything where there's like
Yeah.
moisture involved. It's like it's glistening
Okay.
like that.
Like
Or just,
damp?
or just straight
Oh,
up
yeah.
Like wetness?
yeah.
Okay.
Wetness, moisture, moistness.
Looking at
Hearing
that word.
Ssaab say wetness is just great. Yeah, there's something called the GPP, glistenings per paragraph. It's like a way I measure like how smutty a book is. It's like how many glistenings are appearing.
Okay.
Oh,
But anyways, back to Peter. How did roleplay ruin your life?
Oh shit.
oh fuck yeah, I blocked out. Sorry.
Well, okay. So for some context, I'm in a relationship with someone who has a normal 9 to 5 schedule. So I am no longer able to fully go degen the way that I used to. But that being said, I still was pulling like 8 to 15 hour roleplay sessions like per day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week when I first started. So I was like I was streaming like 15 hours a week to like 40 to 50 hours a week, like just like from one week to the other. So I was streaming a fuck ton more just in general. And yeah, it was really awkward because my character was selling a strain of weed called Anita Max, and my girlfriend's name is Anita. So my girlfriend would hear me yell her name from the other room, and she'd be like, "Oh, is everything okay?"
That's
I'm like,
right.
"Oh,
It was Anita.
baby, I'm sorry, I'm selling weed right now." And she's like, "What?
What?
Okay." And then yeah, I realized I'm like
Gotta-
screaming this shit, and then like my walls are relatively thin, so I'm just hoping that none of my neighbors think I'm like a fucking drug dealer running out of my apartment. But yeah, I mean, right now I would say that my schedule is more normal, especially since I haven't been streaming as much RP lately. But I've been wanting to get back into it. Like I logged on off stream one day and I called Benji from a pay booth, like a phone booth, and told him that I was like in Japanese prison trying to escape. So I'm giving myself a way back in.
Your character is so good.
Yeah.
Like it's
Thank
like
you.
zero self-inserty. It's just like it's such a character. I don't know
Yeah.
how you like keep that voice and persona up for so long.
Well, let me hear the voice. Let me hear the voice.
It's not that much different from my actual voice, in my opinion, but I try to sound like Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers or like Archer. So
I see. Okay.
I talk a lot deeper like this, and yeah, I just try to sound like a dumbass sometimes, and I sometimes enunciate kind of weirdly like that.
So you keep the same kind of tone the whole entire time.
More or less, unless I'm like shouting. So
Yeah.
Dude, I also love when people like play a character that like is purposefully like flawed or like dumb. Because I know Peter's smart and like sharp dude, but like I remember having conversations with your character. I'm like, oh my god, Peter, your character, you are like we'll just say the most unhinged like dumb shit
Oh my
ever.
God,
It's
his
so good.
comebacks are
I
so
try to be
annoying.
I try to be a total fucking dumbass, but be like really straight edge, like be straight with it. Like say the dumbest fucking thing, and then just pretend like I'm like saying it. What I'm saying is completely normal. So yeah, I'm trying to play a character that is thinks L's are W's essentially, and just fucking does a lot of shit really poorly. Yeah.
Yeah, server. Yeah, it always needs characters like that. I was also gonna say you and Benji is one of the funniest duos I've ever seen. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean Benji's great. Yeah, he's really easy to work off of, and I love how much I love their dynamic a lot. So I mean I think everyone on NoPixel has been super friendly and easy to bounce off of, but like Benji in particular just like is fucking funny. So yeah, it's been good.
All right, well, Kimmy, I was gonna ask you. So day one, you're drinking IRL to like get into it. How did and you had an interesting one. So I guess maybe to start this question is like, what was the process of becoming September Fooze? Because you did create a character that was, had like a bit of established lore, and then you had to also create your own lore. How was that process?
You mean leading up to like before I started my first day, or
yeah? I'm curious. Like, was it like what inspired you actually even to like reach out to Leslie?
Oh, actually, so when I asked to join GTA, I wasn't planning on making a Fooze. I was gonna be Leslie's roommate. I think we like kind of talked about this before.
Yeah, you were
like,
gonna be April's roommate, right?
Yeah, April's roommate from med school or something. I invited Leslie over to my apartment to do a cooking stream. And then kind of as a joke, she's like, yeah, you can be September. And then chat was like, yeah, be September or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So that's kind of how I became a Fooze. And then from there, I knew my strength was not acting. So I did not think I could do what Janet and Leslie were doing with the Foozes. So I was like, is there a way I could make my character kind of come in from a different angle that is more comfortable for me? So that's why I created the storyline of September coming from like the suburbs, more like normal upbringings. And that kind of eased me into RP better that way, I'd say.
Which was also kind of cool because then it made the character feel unique.
A bit different. Yeah. So I also didn't want to have the same storyline as Janet and Leslie too.
I like the fact that you went your own route. I think a lot of people sometimes, go with their comfort, and the fact that you made like a different kind of story for the character to kind of add more depth to it is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So yeah, add more on that. That's awesome.
It creates like more dynamics, I think, more to go off of for other people, I'd say.
And then sometimes your other story might be in a pause, and you can work on your personal character story as far as like what's going on, how to progress, right? And having that gives you multiple options as a character.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, and so now I'm curious because you are an interesting position because you're a noob of NoPixel, but you're a Fooze, so you're established. What was that like? After day one, in your first few weeks, like realizing that like people kind of knew your character.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea what I was getting myself. I kind of knew, but I didn't no. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it made September's experience in the city, I'd say like a lot easier than if I was completely unaffiliated. It just is so easy to navigate people when they know someone in my family already. I instantly get unlocks. I instantly like can build trust a bit easier in the city. So that's something I'm really grateful for. Um, it's also just fun kind of bantering off of the stigma of being a Fooze, um, or making people think differently about the family too. Um, it's been a really overall good experience. Yeah.
Okay, is the hair orange or pink?
Oh,
Yeah, we
I
need to know.
No, I'm
can't.
kidding. It feel no, I
We
feel
need
like
to
you have a
know.
unique
That's
color.
important,
It's like
actually.
isn't it like
No.
it's like a peach color?
Dude, so I came in as orange hair and I wanted to commit to it, but like orange is just not aesthetic. Like it in like I just couldn't make it work for September. Like I wish NoPixel had more like aesthetic looking oranges and like close that match more. But I I ended up going for peach because I could find like more outfits with pinky peach colors.
Yeah, no, I think whatever you settled on aesthetically now, looks great. So
Thank you. I really do like the pink peach.
Peter, I'm curious, what what was your thought process and the visuals for your character? How'd you come up with that?
Oh man, I'm gonna be so honest. I fucking hate character creators so much. Like I just spend literally minimal time making a character, which is really, I guess most people wouldn't really do that for a game like GTRP. I think for the first iteration of my character for 3.0, Peter had the default guy's face.
Default
And
Danny.
Default Danny,
default, I think he was default Danny or like close to default Danny. And then I made his eyebrows like penciled in just because they looked fucking
Oh my
stupid.
god.
And yeah, and then kept him bald because I was just like, fuck it, like who plays a bald character? Like no, I don't think I've seen anyone play a bald character really. Like very very rarely will you see a bald character. So I was like, yeah, I'll probably like stand out as bald. And then yeah, from there I remember at the time Ricardo Flick was a really popular thing. So I was like, oh shit, let me just like make my character like Ricardo Flick. I don't know if you guys know that meme character. He had like a red bandana and he was in like a tiger print like thong, and he would
yeah.
he would like shake his massive fucking dick and ass.
Oh,
like,
that's
yeah.
right.
It's from the
right,
video.
right,
It's like
right,
because
right.
he got that. And he
Yeah,
got
yeah. That
Oh,
meme.
yeah.
It's a legendary meme. Did he
Yeah.
pass away?
I have no idea. Did he? Oh shit.
One muscle builder. One of them. I forgot who it was.
But yeah, I made my character. I kind of made his like fashion aesthetic based on him. That's why he was always in like a speedo and naked all the time. And the thing is, I kind of wanted to do that again for 4.0, but I kept catching public indecency charges from the PD, and I was like, I can't.
Oh my god, really? Is
like,
that why you changed?
Yeah. Well, no, okay. No, that's why I put on the jacket, so like the pimp jacket.
Yeah.
So at least you're like the top was a little more covered up, and I was catching less charges. Yeah, no, it's okay. I get it. But then more recently, after me and Tilly broke up, I look normal now. I'm like wearing.
What
like,
you were
jeans.
getting? Wait, Tilly who? What's the last name?
Tilly Winter, or was it no? Is it Winters? I think it's Tilly Winters, Kit's sister.
That's Tilly Winters. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So me and Tilly had like a super fucking toxic relationship where we would just essentially beat the shit out of each other and scream at each other nonstop every time we met. It was super entertaining. I that was like one of my favorite parts of RP. And yeah, in our most recent interaction, she like broke up with me because I hit her with my car and with a wrench a few times.
Cool.
Which was honestly, I think she was kind of, being over dramatic or whatever. But yeah, so she broke up with me, and then from there, I'm like on my red pill incel arc, and I'm trying to dress like a top G sort of. But now I look like Pitbull apparently, which is also like that's fine too. So that's fine. Like I'm okay with that. But yeah, that was the initial aesthetic like reasons behind designing my character that way, because I just didn't want to honestly
funny.
put too much time into it, and Ricardo Flick was funny at the time. So yeah.
Sab, you should watch clips. So your chat will find them for you. You should watch clips
I will.
There's a legendary stream of Benji starting a trap house with like Peter and Tilly and stuff. This trap house that they made was the funniest shit ever. It was ridiculous. Kimmy, I was gonna ask you what were so now you've been playing for a while. What are some of the most memorable moments now that you've been in NoPixel for a while? What are the ones where like, this was like defining an RP for me?
Defining an RP. Okay, I could talk about this forever because
That's why we're here.
I love GTA because this is such a unique, special experience. I never want to forget these memories. I'm actually like, I'm already sad for when it's going to be over one day. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Okay.
We can do it in 6 too.
It's not going to be over.
Yeah, this is the start.
Yeah,
This is the start?
Hey, Rockstar bought 5M.
Yeah.
You know?
Rockstar bought 5M?
Yeah, they're
didn't know
integrating
this?
5M into
No,
GTA
I thought
6
they were
or
just
something like
working
that, right?
together.
Yeah.
No, Rockstar bought it. What they bought was CFX, which is 5M and Red M.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so like there's going to be an RP aspect to like GTA 6? Like,
That's the plan, as far as I know. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
God,
I mean, maybe
that's
people are speculating that, but
awesome.
You see what they did with the recent update? They downloaded like they had like a. Well, I suspect you're gonna be able to play a cop character in GTA 6 because of all the law enforcement stuff, and then they're doing the recent DLC where they're having like a lot of just cop stuff where you can contact dispatch and actually sign in as a cop now and do like missions.
Oh wow.
on
There's,
GTA
like, more
Online.
gameplay.
Yeah, a DLC just came out.
Yeah, and they and Kimmy, I think you weren't. I don't think you were playing in NoPixel at the time, but at the start of 4.0, they Rockstar partnered with Twitch and did like a whole roleplay week thing where they were giving out subs to people
That's
watching roleplay
sick.
streams. So
Oh wait, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
I-
That's
they-
awesome.
I think they went like, I mean, for you guys, since again, this is a noobs of NoPixel. This is a and Sab, you can let me know if I've got this wrong. I think it went from a Rockstar lets roleplay exist and doesn't, and occasionally has to bring the hammer down when things go too far with like licensing stuff. It went from like hey, they let it exist to, and they now are like invested in it. It seems
Fully, they're fully bought in. I mean,
That's so cool.
like their CEO just talks about it. Like it's not really the role play. Okay, I'm not gonna say. Okay, this sounds really mean. It's not really the role play that is really capturing Rockstar's attention. It's the audience. It's the people that watch. It's the viewership. It's its ability to be a very collaborative effort along so many different channels. I mean, on Twitch, it's been what, top 3 in the past 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like look at how much money Riot has invested into League of Legends to keep, and like look at League's viewership, and then look at how much money Rockstar has invested into GTA 5 roleplay, despite the fact that their game is, so it's like invested not well until recently, until they bought stuff. They invested none, and it was at the same viewership as League, right? Whereas Riot,
Right, because we were scared. We were like, one day we're gonna wake up and it's gonna be basically, 5M has been shut down. That was the expectation. Every day we were living that dark clouds to be overhead. One day they could just bring down the hammer. You can't do this anymore. We're shutting it down and making our own thing, right? That's what we suspect's gonna happen. But instead, they,
Aw.
they took in 5M in the community, and as a result, I think it's gonna go to
Wait.
places for sure.
I love that. I love that they're working like with the community, not like capitalizing against it. To go back to the original question,
so it will continue. So yeah,
yeah, it
knowing
will
that's not gonna
continue.
end.
So glad to know that we're gonna be dedicating our lives to RP for the next like 10 years. I'd say the most memorable thing that happened to September has been like a pink wrecking ball that just smashed into September's civilian life. She was just living her life as such a good civilian, doing G6, making money, not getting into any crime or anything. And then she meets Zakid of CG.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
he
how the
just
story turns dark.
he just came in like a wrecking ball. And I'd say OOC Zakid is like an explosion of like ADHD swaggy, like this swaggy ADHD energy, just like full force.
Please don't call it.
Um,
Please don't call Skangar swaggy. I'm gonna.
Have you
What is
listened to his new
swaggy?
song? It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Anyway,
Is swaggy like a lot of swagger?
yeah, I guess so. I don't really know. When I said that word to describe, I didn't really think too hard about it. Yeah, kind of just guy who like I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Um, but he basically threw off the course of like September's original like trajectory, and she's like getting knee deep in crime now, and it's been really fun.
Finding that character that then like enables you or sets you up on a story or a path is always so good.
Yeah, it's it makes me realize that there is so many different like perspectives in role playing that it's easy to get like narrow-minded in your own sometimes. So then like role playing with other people opens up your perspective to like tons of different opportunities and things in GTA. Sorry, I'm just rambling at this point.
No, and I was even gonna say shout out to big Skengar, to the guy who plays Zakid. He is someone where like he is very much like he will do whatever, and it always like it really escalates situations, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
Sap, do you
He
he
remember?
ups the
hot-headed
vibes.
big
He
time.
ups the vibes a lot.
You can be very hot-headed. Trust me. I've rolled with Zakid before multiple times.
Yeah.
Do you remember the like we did the criminal academy thing, and like he was helping just for day one. He was a temp student for day one, and whereas like they were supposed to go around robbing people, and everyone else is like kind of like quietly robbing G6 workers, stuff like that.
Oh God, what did he do?
Zaki just pulls up on like Lang Buddha and Luciano, fucking guns. I think ended up having to like gun down Luciano, robs Lang Buddha, and like we're all watching this and we're just like, oh shit, this escalated fast.
Oh my God, I need to watch that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Gang, gang, bang, bang. That's what happened.
Yeah. I love when people will do stuff like that. When especially
you need it. Because the spice must flow. Without it, you don't have anything spicy, right? It becomes too stagnant. Roleplay becomes too, dare I say, boring.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who, like myself included, who kind of gets a bit scared to rock the boat, and then you have people like Zakid who loves rocking the boat, and it makes it fun. I will say it makes it really fun.
What I like about this episode of News of NoPixel, so Kimmy, you're deep in the sauce still. Peter, you're less so. What do you think it would take to bring you back in? Or like what are you planning to role play more, still taking a break, or like what do you think would bring you back in more?
For me, I'm actually trying to get back in again. It's like there are just like a lot of things competing for my attention at the same time, which is my issue.
Can I keep your attention too?
What was that?
I said, can I compete your attention too?
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you correctly, but I wasn't sure.
Sab, are you flirting in the bro?
No,
Sab,
no. I'm asking
Hey,
if he's got room for me. That's all I'm asking.
You know, I mean, hey, man, I'm kind of down if you're down or like whatever or something. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll roleplay later. I'll see you on the server.
Yeah, I'll see you, man. I engage in an amount of ERP for sure. So
I have questions about that. We'll get to that
I've
later.
never-
You're not dodging that, Kimmy. So
Never done that. I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
yeah.
so what would get you back in?
No, I think I just like need to stop being a pussy and just like log in. I just get like social, like I get the
No,
anxiety
yeah,
of
it's
not
hard.
having been on. Like the longer, it's kind of like similar to streaming for me, where like the longer you haven't been streaming, the harder it is to go live again. Similar in that, like, oh, the longer you haven't RP'd, it's harder to get back into RP again.
So, like,
Yeah.
Because like I am now like not really actively in a storyline, and sometimes I'm like, oh shit, like if I go back, is it gonna be like kind of like hard for me to reintegrate myself? But at the same time, it's like, oh shit, like fucking Elden Ring DLC just came out. I'm also deep in the fucking Honkai Star Rail. It's a lot. So I think if I was if I was single this wouldn't be an issue. This would not be an issue. But if I want to be a responsible partner that spends like quality time with her off stream, you know, I need to find balance in life. And unfortunately, RP is really hard to balance for me, at least, because like when I want to RP, I want to be on for like 16 hours. It's like, babe, come back to bed. Sorry, honey, I'm stuck pushing weed in fucking Sandy for 6 hours because I need to buy a moped. I just got fucking robbed by CG, and so I need to start over again. So yeah, it's hard. It's
Story
hard.
of my life.
I really do want to get back into it though. Like I fucking love RP. Like it's incredible. Honestly, one of the things I loved most about it was meeting all the new people, because even after streaming for 7 years, I feel like it's really easy to just fall into your bubble, like, of people that you're comfortable with. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like it's nice where like, oh shit, like I'm literally meeting new people every day. They're pretty cool. Oh, we're gonna play fucking Valorant off stream. I'm down. So like it's been good. It's been really good to like open up my network more and meet new people. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I've met so many people in RP, and that's been. It's also just fun to like play other games with the people that you meet in RP.
Because
And
like
then,
everyone in RP, sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna add to what you were saying that people in RP are just like all like big personalities. So it's like if you vibe with somebody in RP, then they're probably really fun, like out of RP too, stuff like that.
Yeah. And then even the other side of it is like it's also I actually think it's so I can speak on this personally for like Kimmy and Peter. I think it's really fun that like friends that I've known for a long time to then role play with them in
Yeah.
and like get their vibes. I feel like Mickey, like the character I played, Mickey, less so on that, but like I recently when I played December and then had to interact with Janet, who plays January Fooze. That was so fucking funny. Having us have after years of just being mean to each other on stream, we have to be nice. Siblings. Oh my god! And we're supposed to be like nice siblings to each other. Oh my god, so funny.
Still can't get over the wall in my head that you and I are supposed to be siblings. So
oh yeah, because
once we interact, it'll be better. But
yeah. Oh, it was. Oh my god, Janet being like, "Oh, love you, big brother." I'm like, "Love you, little sister." Oh, it's so bad.
I'm waiting for one of you guys to like fucking do relationship RP, and it's just like the most uncomfortable shit ever. Like,
God.
Oh wait, Mickey's character's gay, right?
Mickey dates Ssaab's character.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, I was hoping that Peter could have a try at that, but you know, maybe another time. But yeah, I was just thinking it would be really funny if like some of our close friends within the RP or like within our friend group started dating in RP, and like how like fucking I would just like think that interactions in RP would be so fucking funny.
Oh, you mean like if like me and you were to start dating in RP?
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
god, that would
Yeah.
be crazy.
Just the thought of it is making my skin crawl.
I hate it. I hate it.
That would be crazy.
Because we've known each other for such a long time now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
no.
No, okay. My specific experience with this, I like Mickey for a while. I had was gay just because I also didn't want to like make certain. I was like down to do relationship RP, but I just didn't want to deal with like weird chatters and stuff like that, or like shipping.
Yeah.
And it's actually been. I actually think, and Ssaab, you can speak to it, but I think it's actually been really good. But oh my god, when Janet started playing on January Fooze, and she would say the most unhinged shit to Mickey, like trying to get with Mickey, and I was just like, Janet, shut the fuck up. I hated it. I was like, I can't do this.
No filter at all, man.
Janet's the worst with it too. Oh my god.
When I see her flirting with all the guys, I'm just like, and like people she knows IRL, I'm just like, oh god, I don't know how you do it. I'm like fucking cringing for you. Holy shit.
I think the way you did it
easy.
The way you did it, Peter, was like with the Tilly, like the way like you had like a toxic relationship. I love those because like they're not serious, right? You know, it's a haha funny LOL, and chat is gonna love it, and it's not really serious in the day. And it's gonna end up with a breakup, right? It's a relationship set for failure in the beginning, but it's gonna be toxic and it's gonna be content.
Yeah, I wanted my and Tilly's relationship to be so clearly seen as something you do not admire or like covet. It's like we are just like screaming profanities at each other, yelling at each other, just fucking saying the worst shit about each other. Like Tilly Tilly and I RP'd a scenario in which she like put her hands on my steering wheel and crashed me like into oncoming traffic and like almost killed both of us. And like I hit her with a wrench after, and yeah, it's just like a lot. It's just that's not a relationship you want.
It's
You
a
know
car
what I mean?
crash of a
It's
relationship,
purely-
basically.
Exactly. It's like purely a funny content relationship, which made it really easy to RP out. If I try to RP out like a healthy, normal, like loving relationship, I feel like that would be weird. I don't know if I could do that. So being an asshole is actually much easier.
Speaking of relationship RP, Kimmy.
Let's hear the stories.
Yeah, let's hear some stories, Kimmy.
Well, Zakita September's favorite little red flag. So I agree with Peter, where if I'm doing relationship RP, it's gonna be red flags. Like I'm not in this to be. Everyone in the server warned me about relationship RP, warned me about Zakid, how toxic he is or was or whatever his character is. And I was like, that is all music to my ears. Like, I want it to be messy. I want it to be red flags. I want it to be lighthearted and fun, and that's it. Our communication, I think communication OOC is like really important too if you do relationship RP, just to make sure everyone's chill either way. So my experience has been good. Like at any time it gets heated in game, we'll just reach out to each other on Discord, just like, hey, just checking in, making sure everything's fine. So strangely, even though it's like really toxic in game at times, like it does feel like just like a really fun, like healthy content thing that we're doing right now.
Yeah. It's funny how that works too. Like
Yeah.
me, or Peener and Tilly are fucking screaming at each other and demeaning each other, and then like after we get hop off, we message each other. Hey, everything was okay today, right? Like when I called you a stupid fucking cunt, like you, like, you know that, like, this is all within the realm of like this is okay, right?
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I love when you called me a stupid fucking cunt. That was great. Was it okay when I called you a small dick bald bitch? I was like, yeah, that was great. I love when you did that. Yeah, it's funny. We're so making sure that we're saying everything within each other's boundaries after. It's like, in a way,
That
it's
is
like
very important.
It's like it's like weirdly wholesome in a way.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah, checking on people's boundaries is very important in roleplay because sometimes you might come off a certain way, you don't know what they're going through, so it's good. I love that.
Yeah, I think messaging. I think it just should be something that's just encouraged way more. Is just Discord messaging people, checking 100%. in on vibes of stuff, because like you just never know.
It's like crazy though, because like when I'm actually RPing September, like I can feel that she has feelings for this guy. It's like crazy, but then like out of RP, like OOC, like I can tell like a clear distinction between me and my character. I just think, is that only me? Do you guys like feel that too when you guys RP? You guys like feel a certain way towards like, it's like you feel empathy towards your character when you're RPing your character.
Yeah, because of course the story. If you take yourself away from it and you look at it from a third perspective, definitely. I've done that before. Yeah,
right? It's like because of the scenario within the game, you can't help but like feel these emotions for your character.
I see where you're coming from, but my character is like an emotionally selfish, dense, dumbass bitch. So it's kind of like he just does everything for himself and like doesn't think about the consequences. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to empathize with this guy. That's perfect. Yeah.
You can just stroke your ego every single time.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything is everyone else's fault except for him. And I love that. I love that for him.
No, I was thinking about Kimmy. I think it's a good point. Like, I think actresses and actors have talked about this, where it's like, it's like when I am this character, when I'm like really locked in as a character, I am in love with this person, and I actually feel the feelings of love. And then they like step out of the scene, and like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, that has to be right. How do you immerse yourself in that situation? How do you feel true feelings for that person and roleplay that character out, right?
Yeah.
So you and Ssaab, huh?
Okay, I don't think I've ever
there's
actually...
no sexual attention.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually felt that with like relationships. I think an example of where I felt it was actually when Ray on Raymond was like telling Mickey about like getting attacked by Bon Bon. And I remember like, but she was also like alting like plus 100 acting herself. And I remember being like, I didn't fuck with this guy. I was like, yo, fuck this guy. But I don't think it was me. It was like Mickey felt that. And then there was like this cold scene in the tunnel, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And I remember like after I was done showing, I'm like, damn, I felt like hatred towards that. Like, but I felt it as Mickey, right? And like, and I think it's like it's that weird snap out of it when like I'm not streaming, I'm like sitting in my coffee, I'm like, shit, I felt that.
Wait, actually, I do remember kind of feeling that way when I got a call saying that. Okay, this is very specific, but I got a call.
Ooh, somebody's calling you.
My bad. That was my feed the cat food alarm, which I'll do right after this. Yeah, what I got a call saying that Twinkles was shot and put in like urgent care or like the
ICU.
intensive care or the ICU. Yeah, and I remember going in and then like there was people in chat were saying like, oh, like he might actually perma here. We don't know. Like he might fucking die. So like I remember feeling a rage in as my character because in the game, Peener and Twinkles are like blood brothers. So like I kind of get that. I understand it. But yeah, I mean, I remember watching the clips from like the Bon and Ray, like that, like confrontation, and holy shit, people were like RPing their fucking asses off. That was crazy. Meanwhile, I'm just like making like genitalia jokes at fucking Senor Buns, you know? So.
Yeah, but believe it or not, your roleplay is needed. I know it sounds really crazy, but you need all that flavor, right? You need the serious, you need the silly, you need the semi-serious, because that's what makes NoPixel, in my opinion, unique. Is you have all these kind of RP styles in one place.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if every arc in NoPixel was like, you know, it's a big one right now, but like the like Chatterbox Raymond arc, I feel like if every arc was like that, we'd all just have depression. So like
exactly. Yeah, it'd be a roller coaster too much.
Yeah, I'd like we would like it's like we need some space, you know. We can't like not every arc can be like that. Or
yeah,
just...
yeah, exactly right.
I was gonna ask the two of you. This is one of my favorite questions to ask for our noobs of NoPixel. Who is someone where like maybe you've seen a clip or you've ran into them briefly in the server or for whatever reason where you're like, damn, I really wish I could RP with them more, or maybe you just really like their RP style. Someone who you don't RP with. You wish you could RP with more.
This is kind of a cheat of an answer, but I'm gonna say Elsie. Like I feel like when I RP with her, it's in very specific scenarios, and we don't really do too much too often. But like I've always wanted to do like more interesting or dynamic scenarios with her because I think she's really sweet and really funny, and also her laugh is just like my favorite laugh in NoPixel. Like actually, so yeah, I would say that we have interacted a fair amount in the game, but like not as much as I would hope. Like I guess I just want more because I feel like the scenarios we used to RP in is mostly just like G6ing, and yeah, I think like more opportunities to RP with her would be really cool.
She just got Pryor, by the way.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congratulations to her. That was really cool.
Deserved. So deserved. Yeah, Elle and Peener are some of my favorite interactions. You guys have me cracking up all the time.
Yeah, it's been good. I think she's great.
What about you, Kimmy? Who's someone where you'd be like, damn, like I wish I could RP with this person more, or you're just like impressed by their RP?
I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here, but like I haven't had a bad interaction with the CG people yet. Like each individual person is like such a character, and I love how they just roll with the punches. A lot of respect for Mr. K, who literally just like goes through with any RP scenario. Like I'd say one of my biggest icks is when somebody just shuts down RP in like an unfun way. Like I hate that. It's just like not the vibe, but like Mr. K never does that. So a lot of respect for him. I don't know. Pigeon also, I haven't interacted with him much. Definitely want to talk to him more. He's so much fun. And other than that, I just want to meet more people because like I am a little bit like shy / reserved. So I wait till people kind of come to me more in GTA. So I want to branch out more for sure. So yeah, I can only go off of like people who kind of have already come to me a bit more.
I would think that I've said this before, I think, but I think you guys are also coming at a time where in 4.0, you know, and it changes, right? Like depending on what time of RP it was, but I think in 4.0, I would say that Mr. K or like Kevin on Mr. K, like as an individual has probably created the most RP for people and like the most like for like, and like not just like, oh, this is a good storyline, but like just has involved the most number of people in storylines. Yeah, I don't know, that whole the whole like the whole shooting of the council thing like created that has created just created ripples of
RP.
Yeah, it was actually wild. What they've sort of
the
done.
whole city involved somehow.
What about you, Ssaab? Who's someone where you're like, man, I wish I could role play with this person more.
Oh, you're gonna make me offend people. I can't say it.
No, say it.
I can't say it
because you're a veteran. No, I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm a veteran. That's the problem.
Yeah, but now I want to hear. I'll give my answer. You give yours.
Wait, people would be offended by you saying who you want to RP with the more?
I just don't want to offend people. That's all. You know, there's a lot of really talented role players in the server, and people that there's so many to pick from that I feel like I would offend by picking one person. That's all.
Yeah. I'm also gonna teach you guys a trick. Maybe you guys have encountered this in your chats. I don't like to role play. I like to talk about role play. That's why I made the podcast. But anytime I'll always be like, yo, Whippy on Dundee is such a fucking good getaway driver. I love him. And then immediately chat's like, but what about Suarez? What about Tony? What about Goofy? And then it's like, oh my God. So you mention one person, it's like chat's just immediately just like, oh, but what about this person too? It's always the what abouts. Anyways, Ssaab, you have to name it. Come on. I don't care.
Honestly, I think I have to agree with Chat on this one. This is somebody who I really respect their RP. They put a lot of blood and sweat and tears into it. His Forehead. I don't see him. I'm NA, he's EU. But he's one of probably the few guys on the Crim side in EU that puts a lot of effort into their RP. And does not care about the W or L, just wants to have a good time. Like you could tell, his roleplay is all about having a good time. They'll take the biggest L and just laugh with it and make it into comedy and have fun with it. And that to me is my favorite thing because it's all about the vibes. If the vibes are good, we can keep going. If the vibes are bad, it falls apart.
Yeah, I think my answer would either be Forehead or Kimmy mentioned Capped on Pigeon. Ever since I met,
Bro, he's just so fun.
I remember first meeting Pigeon did this like drop for guns for like, it was me and Buddha in like 3.0, and he we're in the middle of the ocean and he parachutes in to drop off our guns. I'm like, I fuck with this guy. Also because Capped on Pigeon holds the best take to this day. He had it in 3.0 and he still holds it. We don't fuck with the wingsuits. We fuck with parachutes. The wingsuits were so Peter, Kimmy, you guys didn't see this in 3.0. There's these stupid wingsuits that like they just like broke my immersion because you're basically could just fly.
Buzz Lightyear shit.
Yeah, it was Buzz Lightyear. You could just fly through the city. They looked kind of dorky and you could kind of just fly through the city. There's parachutes. Parachutes were like some immersive shit when you were like parachuting in somewhere. And that's how I know
of the gliders. One time I was just minding my own business, patrolling near Burger Shot. I didn't even see her buns. Burger Shot 3.0, and you see 6 birds flying through, and it's players, and they're going up and down like crazy. I'm like, what is going on? And it's just funny. It's just fun to see that randomly. I don't know.
I can't wait till like more crazy stuff like that gets implemented.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They've been pretty slow with a lot of the stuff.
I'm excited to try fishing. I heard that was added since I took a break.
Oh yeah.
It's a new money making thing.
Yeah, another thing that you can get robbed doing too.
Okay, I have a fun question for you guys. You're forced to make a second character. What would you make? Not saying you should do this, but I'm just saying you're forced to. Like, give me the pitch of what you'd want to do with a different character.
I would try to be a cop.
Ooh.
I would try to be a cop because I want to see how involved the process is, and I want to see how badly I would do during like the cadet training exam thing. Because I think that would be fucking funny. I want to be like a bumbling shitty cop, but I also wonder if sometimes that like just would make RP worse, if that makes sense.
I think you can start off as a shitty cop. I think you can start off as a very green character as a cop, and over time get a little bit better and have a baseline to where like you're not too shit, right? Because it affects too much role play as a cop.
Right.
Because you have so much power over people, right? You want to have a baseline to where like it doesn't affect too much, but you could be a character.
Okay. Yeah.
You'd have good aim. They need that.
Maybe.
Kimmy, you should also do the same thing. You should try to make a cop character and just get that perspective.
Like I was gonna say I felt bad piggybacking off of Peter's answer, but like when he said that, I'm like, yeah, if I made another character, I'd want it to probably be a cop because cops just know the city and the game so well. I also feel like you either go one of two directions. You become like a criminal or you become a cop. End game, right? Well, of course there's other options, but like in my brain that makes sense. And I don't know, like September doesn't even have a speeding ticket right now. So like I sometimes think I'm like, should I like look into being a cop? Like, I don't know. But then
I mean, you
there's,
could
like,
pull it off if you have no record.
You could be the first Fooze cop.
I could
Let's join the academy
technically
together.
That would be one hell of a
technically,
storyline.
yeah, I could technically
actually-
still do it.
I technically don't have a felony either yet. Somehow, I don't know
Really?
how. Yeah, I don't. So it's possible.
But
There you go. You still can
it
pull it off.
sounds
Can you
really hard.
imagine arresting your own family members?
I would love to. That would
would
be
be great.
so fun if I arrested January. Oh my god.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. You could always get
Yeah.
fired. Like God forbid something happens. You go back to do whatever you're doing before, right? So it's not like a permanent thing you're stuck on. It's just an arc you're on.
Mm-hmm. Is it hard to be a cop though? Like, what's the process like?
It can be challenging, but like I said, if you come in and there's a lot of people willing to be very patient and teach you a lot of things, and there's a lot of veteran role players in the PD who will pull you aside and make sure that you're getting the process slowly. That way, you're not being thrown to the sharks.
Mm-hmm. All right, Peter, let's talk about it.
Mm.
Or you guys make new characters that are cops. You'd always make new.
We
Man,
could.
True.
What, Seb, what am I
Actually,
gonna
I
get?
think
What am I gonna get people making new characters? I by the way,
I love people. When I made a new character for a cop, so yeah, for sure.
I did in 4.0, and I think I made too many characters. I can't play them. I like just can't play them all.
It's just the problem is like, and this is just the main point. I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody. It's just RP has become mainstream, and when RP becomes mainstream, it becomes a job to people, and it becomes content, and people are afraid to leave their comfort zone or bubble because that's what they know, and that's what their viewership know, and as a result, it's hard for people to pivot.
I can see that.
I
I
think.
always wondered. Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Peter.
I was just like wondering how like veteran RPers felt about like variety streamers who would play RP a lot, like 2 or 3 months at a time, and then like completely drop off and then come back like 2 or 3 months later. Like, did people feel like resentment towards these other creators just because they would have like major storylines, and then like just because they didn't really feel like it anymore or had other games they wanted to stream, would they feel like a little resentful? I always was worried about that because I don't want to involve myself too much in other people's storylines in the off chance that like, oh, like I got busy with something, or oh, I kind of just lost interest, or oh, like it's like life got in the way, so
That's a really good question, and actually, we actually talked about it on the previous episode. Where can we find that, Blau?
Oh my god, I'm so happy you did that. You did the shot. That's right. You can find the previous episode on Roleplay Podcast. That's on search on YouTube, Roleplay Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of your favorite podcasting platforms. Thank you so much. Continue, Sab.
wow.
So, from my perspective, I love when people come from outside roleplay and roleplay. It's almost like injection of new blood into old blood, and you need that. So, for me, I don't see an issue because I like when people come and go, and it's just reality things, right? Some people, for them, roleplay is not permanent. They come and go, and that's just how it is, right? So, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better because in a perfect world, I would love to do what Saikuno does, where he like plays variety like 3 to 4 hours a day, but then also fits in like 2 to 3 to 4 hours of like other games also. But I think lately with me trying to balance like my work-life balance a little better now, it's harder to do that. So having to like I ended like devoting the majority of my stream to like one game, and for me it felt bad going from like RP one day, different game another day, RP next day, like breaking it up into different games throughout the same like the week or like same within a certain time period, if that makes sense. So or like that felt like weird to me, I guess.
No, it's not weird at all. I mean, like I said, come and go as you please. For me, I love when people come back. Hell, when you come back, you might even feel rejuvenated, fresh, got new creative ideas you want to try out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's Peter. That's all. I would just take. I just take long hiatuses from RP, and what I used to do is I'd come back on Mickey and then just fuck shit up and then leave again like a week later.
Okay.
Now my new thing is I just come back with like I take a break from RP and I just come back with a new character and just run an arc on that character.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe
But
I'll
you can do it with the
I'll
same
push
character
it
too.
up.
You can do it either way.
I was actually thinking that if I were to make a cop character, I would consider doing it on a brand new character because
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be the way I would go about it.
The
And
I
one
just
cop is really good too as well to like pop in every now and then too, right?
But how would that work though? Because how would you make a character just to be a cop when like your character has no reputation in the city, completely new? Like how would a new character get even into the PD?
Or you roleplay your way into it, right? So
Okay,
you'd have
okay,
a you
so
you'd come in with like a backstory, and you come into the to server. You could roleplay with people at the beginning. You don't have to go from like make the character down to mission PD. You could do the in between, right? And it's probably recommend do that. That way, whenever you are a cop, you know you have connections or relationships outside the PD.
got it. So you still RP your way.
Yeah,
But your
I
goal is to be a cop.
yeah, I made a character that's goal is to be a cop. So like that, and that character, I'm doing the academy this week, and like that character is like was made to be a cop.
Mm.
Yeah, I just want to try the academy process at least. I think that would be fun.
I think it'd be fun to try the academy and then fail it. Like fuck it, fail the police academy. It'd also be fun.
Fully expect to go into like the training and like just do the absolute best job I can at failing it, just to see how it go.
Yeah, it's always cop's always interesting because it's like you want to have a character that does things unique to the character, but then you also have to follow like pretty strict rules. Yeah, that are like that are like actually server rules. Like cop is it's a whitelisted position, right? Like you do have to follow certain rules. And it's not that like you'll get banned from the server. It's like you'll just lose the ability to be cop.
Okay. Do you guys have any ideas for like new characters coming up at all? Like I know Blau makes a fuck
I'm gonna make a
ton
new
of-
character. Well, I have a new character actually. Oh no, I'm gonna use my old character. I do apologize. I'm gonna turn my crim character into a serial killer. That's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh.
I want to
Ssaab?
play a serial killer that lives in Los Santos and has an everyday job and is there present, right? Like you don't expect that person flipping your burgers to be the guy that throws a knife in your neck, right? I want to bring that back a little bit, right? I want people to
Ooh.
have that like, okay, this guy's friendly. They go out to the park with him and they don't come back. They're fucking dead in the ditch, you know? Like I want to be that character to add a little bit of suspense. Like, hey,
Spicy.
you shouldn't trust random strangers. And if you do, you might not come back from it.
Wait,
Oh,
can't like
shit.
only admins make like serial killers too?
Right now it's like staff approved because in the past, in 3.0 especially, there was a lot of instances where people would just make a lot of serial killer
Yeah.
characters and not have like really an ending. So it was like this person was constantly killing people, but there's no end to the killing. And it's like, how do you stop somebody? Because all you're responding to is locals that are showing up, right? So you have a victim, but it's not a player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like
Wait,
there's like a few things that they're kind of like strict on, like if you can make those sorts of characters or not.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. When locals die, are the PD alerted?
Yes, but I mean, right now, the way the laws are in the cities, locals' lives don't matter.
Okay. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There was one time where I ended up at the airport without a car, and I was waiting for someone to pick me up. So I ended up just like fucking murdering like 40 locals just to see.
So
Just to
you would get
see.
like you would get like reckless driving or something like that, but we don't charge you with like all the murder like locals. Like your
Oh, okay.
actions, what you did was pretty reckless because regardless, right? You're on the road, but I wouldn't charge you for the locals you hurt.
Oh no, I was like, I pulled out my wrench and fucking wrenched like 40 locals in a row.
You'd get charged like
That's
disturbing the
serial
peace, you know?
yeah.
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 I see. Okay, got it.
Or like
I
assault.
Yeah, I made sure that I was not like in the presence of other players. But yeah, like I remember my chat told me like, oh, the PD get alerted. I was like, do they? So I kind of
Yeah, we get those ping, 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 assault with deadly weapon.
yeah,
Somebody's got attacked.
I basically tried to push the limit and see, but like no one showed up, and I was like, oh, like either they don't get alerted, or I am so like out of the way that the PD are like, fuck it, who cares? So I guess
No, we were probably busy. I can't tell you how much crime happens on the server to where we need almost 30 cops on duty every single day to even manage calls.
Wow.
Yeah. If you
I
don't,
did not
it just,
realize that. Wow.
you get buried. There's a lot going on, and then you know you can only handle one thing at a time because of just the magnitude of people involved, and it can escalate. And then once it turns to a shootout, that means the whole entire police department needs to come down and stop it, and it can snowball into something larger than life.
Okay, well, I got away with the airport massacre of 2024, so let be known.
How
I
you
still,
feel?
Amazing. It was great. One guy almost fucking killed me though, I will say, because I kept missing and then he fucking punched me in the head. I almost got knocked out. But other than that, it was felt pretty good.
I will say that is something that like I'm kind of hopeful that like the future. This is like my one. I have a question for you guys. For Kimmy and Peter? What do you guys both want to see? Like, we're halfway through the year. It's gonna be the next half of 2024. What do you want to see in NoPixel? For the future of roleplay. For me, as an example, I want the cop presence of 3.0, of like early 3.0. What I mean by that is like, there were other issues with it, but like I think one of my biggest stresses, or like not stresses, like maybe biggest critiques of 4.0 is like, I just feel like the cops don't exist really. Sorry, Ssaab. I'm just being honest. Like they do.
No,
but
no,
you know
no,
what I mean,
no.
Ssaab? It's like
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
they're not. It's not the same level.
The
of
presence is
fear.
not as there as it used to be. Right.
Yeah.
100%. No, I agree with you.
Like more of a threat.
More of
Yeah.
just coverage and presence is the most important thing. Just being around is huge presence. Being in the world, being in a place where you see a cop car and a cop, that by itself is presence, right? So just having that element is what we need.
Yeah, I don't think I remember like some of my all-time favorite moments in 3.0 were traffic stops, and I just feel like I never get stopped for traffic stuff anymore.
I haven't gotten pulled over once in 4.0, but I remember in my short time in 3.0, I got pulled over like 4 times. So I would like more of that, because every time I got pulled over in 3.0, it was a great experience because I was able to RP my way out of it. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, in 4.0, I would sometimes run red lights next to cops just so that they would pull me over, just so we could have some sort of forced interaction. But generally speaking, they tend to like not notice, or they would let me off. So yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like I said, I mean,
more numbers.
Yeah, more numbers, because you have more numbers. I can take my time with the traffic stop. I don't have to go from like, point A, point B, go different places, right? I can just sit there and just focus on roleplay in front of me.
Okay, so that's mine. So now, Kimmy, Peter, I'm curious, what, like, thinking big, like next 6 months, what do you guys want to see in NoPixel? Or like, what are you excited for?
I'm actually not really sure. I've never really followed like the development of NoPixel or like plans in the pipeline. I think having more immersive activities is always great. Like I haven't tried fishing yet, but fishing sounds fun. I've always thought the idea of like more mini games within the world of NoPixel would be fun, because like I genuinely like hacking or like crime, because crime has the most mini game stuff, if that makes sense. So that has always been fun to me. I wish there was more like mini game style activities in non-crime, so there isn't as much pressure necessarily, because like even like cooking, if there was like a mini game for cooking, like a mini cooking mama, that would be hella fun. But like I get the most fun from doing crime, like the hacks where like you're chopping or you're roof running. Like I would like more of that kind of immersion in non-crim activity if I were to want something. So yeah, pretty much that.
Nightlife in Los Santos is definitely missing. We need more activities that do not require PvP, and like always trying to like fight somebody. Hell, playing tennis, playing basketball, things like that. We can have conversation, talk about roleplay, but you're also busy doing something. You're not staying around doing nothing.
Yeah, I heard there used to be like paintballing in NoPixel. I don't know if is that true?
That's
It
right.
was.
In 3.0, yeah. You're talking to the champ right here.
Yeah, that would be great. Like I would love more like PvP that wasn't actually like killing. Like it would be great. Like imagine if you and some buddies like put like money down again in a paintball battle or something. Like that would be fucking sick.
Golf would be great. Just civ mini games, things like that, where we can just like distract ourselves with something, but it's not always against each other in a way to where like you losing something, right? If anything, it's just competitive and fun.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it.
I think it's already. I think more ways to express ourselves, because I think self-expression brings so much natural role play without having to actually like talk, like what you wear, how your house looks like, customizations. I think the game already does a good job at it for the most part, but then you also see like like 20 people looking very similar because it's like the same article of clothing is like looks good on everyone, right?
Right, right.
So I just say like, yeah, just more ways to express ourselves, more good options in the shop, even if it means like I'm down for paywall. I'm totally down to support NoPixel, pay more for like cuter clothes.
Bro, Kimmy is ready to swipe.
I'm ready to swipe. I need my cash shop. I don't know.
Maple
Just
story in her.
you know it. So yeah, I'd say I don't know. Peter and I love MMO, so maybe this is kind of like where our ideas are coming from too. Um,
I was gonna say props to NoPixel because I feel like a lot of people look the same because everyone's using the new NoPixel assets because like, dude, all of my characters are like running like almost the same or very similar hairstyles because all of the other old hair looks so bad.
so
Like
bad.
all the new hair. Oh damn! Look at little Ssaab.
No,
Okay.
okay.
no, hold on. No,
okay.
hold on. This is not to show the clothing. I just want the emote where I can put my hands in my pockets like this. Walk around.
Oh, I thought you were trying to flex.
No, that's
Same,
all I
same.
want. How much should we? I just want to put my hands in my pockets when I'm walking around. That's it.
Well, all I know is there was. Ssaab, what can you answer something that maybe maybe staff won't let you tell us about? What happened to Embrace 3?
People got banned.
I have a question. Was it for ERP or for abusing the glitch?
No, I'm naming. I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. That would be like a deaf question.
Okay.
Wait, what's Embrace 3?
It's when you kiss.
No, it's not a kiss. It's Leslie. I think Leslie was the one who really popularized it. She would do it on April. And it's like a very ERP emo where like it's the one where you're like kind of like dancing, but as one character is walking away, they like slap the ass of the other. And it became a whole like thing, and everyone was using Embrace 3. But I think. Oh wait, was it Embrace 2? Oh no, not 3.
It was. Yeah, Embrace 2. Embrace 2.
It was
is not
Embrace
3,
2.
right?
Sorry, my bad. It was Embrace 2.
Embrace 1 is when you hug each other, right? It's like when you hold hands.
But then the other thing, I think people thought maybe they removed Embrace 2 because sometimes it would teleport you places. And so maybe people were trying to like him, which is always funny to me that there might be people trying to like abuse like an emote in game to like get somewhere, but they have to like ERP with someone to like do it. I just find that funny.
I think I remember Ellum tried to make me Embrace 2 and fall off the ledge somewhere, but then he ended up fucking it up and he was the one that fell off the ledge. I'm pretty sure I remember that. So
That's funny.
it's like a very long emote, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because you walk away, you smack the
Yeah.
ass and walk away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
I like that. There's just so more ways to just sort of express the character in like kind of a unique way.
We need like 50 different good hairstyles for guys and girls.
100%.
We need like 100 different good clothing articles for guys and girls, kind of thing. I'll be on the design team. I have a lot of MapleStory experience of Korean cash shop items.
Yeah, can we just like
hit me up.
collab with other IPs? Can we do NoPixel X Final Fantasy or something? Just get a bunch of fucking anime hair, you know?
Ooh,
Yeah,
we need
this would
license
be
agreement.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no for the licensing stuff. But Kim, listen, NoPixel dev team, Ssaab, let them know. Kimmy's looking to do
Let
some
'em know.
clothing for them. Random question. On that note, I know you both play. How do you guys feel about the $500 League of Legends skin?
Huh?
You know,
about
in
that. Our
another
skin?
world, I would have bought that skin. In another world.
There's a $500. Yeah, Kimmy, look it up. It's a Ari skin.
It's a $500 Ari skin. To be fair though, not to be fair, I shouldn't try to justify it, but like it's not just
Well,
the
you-
skin.
You could justify it, right? Buy it, use it on stream, tax write-off.
Yeah.
True, we can.
Yeah, if I was still a League of Legends streamer, I would do that. I would buy it.
$500 is that the most expensive no, there has to be more expensive cosmetic shit.
Well, there's like aftermarket league. Like there's league accounts that have certain really rare skins that people pay thousands of dollars for the account to have that skin.
Like the pack skins?
Yeah, there's like some PAX ones, some like OG ones, and people will pay a lot of money for the accounts that have those. But as far as like sold by Riot, it's the most expensive.
I see.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, EVE Online is just another level, just disgusting when it comes to microtransactions.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's that. There's fucking Star Citizen.
Oh yeah, that too. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I play gacha games, so like there was a period of time where I would drop like.
You're a degenerate spender.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Peter,
Not
you had
anymore.
a problem.
I did, but not anymore. I am fully reined in now. But yeah, I used to be a whale in Genshin Impact. it was bad.
Peter,
But I've changed.
do you know what's funny? Because I asked this question. I have an actual role play reason to follow it up that I want to ask Kimmy about. But there was like an XQC clip about this where he's talking about like how like fucked up and degenerate it is. They're trying to like test how much people spend. A lot of free to play games are based off of I don't know, it's like pseudo socialism kind of, where it's like basically a bunch of people play the games for free, and then there's like a small percentage of the population that spends a fuck ton of money that basically subsidize the game for everyone else. Like it's not an even spread of like spenders.
Oh, yeah.
101.
You're right. Fuck you, Genshin Impact players. I keep the game free for you, motherfuckers. You're
true.
welcome.
Yeah, Peter's just
True.
getting taxed to keep the game free.
Exactly. I spend because I care. So when are they adding gacha to NoPixel?
Oh my god, you would lose your. I don't know if that's good for you.
Bro, honestly, if they had like a gacha machine that just sold like collectible trinkets that had no value whatsoever, I would spend like, imagine there's like a series of like collectible like figures based off of like, I don't know, like shit in the city that's popular, and you could collect them all, and they have like limited run series, and literally collecting them just, oh yeah, like the burger shot. No, wait, no, what was it?
Yeah.
Roosters Rest?
It was,
I think
it was all restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
toys.
yeah. Dude.
And there's the NoPixel trading cards.
Wait, do we have any of that in 4.0?
No.
No. That's all coming with the business stuff.
Oh no.
This is rough.
All right, I'm coming back.
Was that
I'm
a
coming back
leak?
full-time.
No, I mean, just a matter of just businesses popping up, right? And things happening, right?
Oh yeah, businesses can create like gotcha aspects, right?
I'm just saying, bro, if NoPixel is like, hey, if you spend 1,000 real life dollars, we'll give you $1,000 in game. There's people who would pay that.
Yeah.
$1,000 NoPixel? No,
That's
Don't
nothing,
do
though.
that. Don't do that. That jeopardizes. But okay, now here's where I actually want to go with all this for Kimmy. What about like a world where, you know, whether it's like NoPixel 4.0 or like we're in NoPixel 6.0 in GTA 6 or something? Like, what about a world where like digital cosmetics, like the clothing options you have, are like priced similar to like actual clothing, but like, you know, would you pay for that?
If it was like really special to the character, I would. It's
Jimmy,
kind
would
of
you
like
spend $45 for a cute crop top IRL?
okay. I was thinking like 1999. Oh,
$45.
wait, IRL?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably, yeah. But like, it's kind of similar in MapleStory, right? It's like each article of clothing is like a few dollars, like upwards like $5 if you want it to be permanent. I feel like I don't want to. I hate encouraging stuff like this, but like I would swipe. I don't know about everyone else, but I would keep the game free for everyone else. Get on my back, everyone, for the aesthetic. I would do it.
I think we're entering a world, and let me cook here, but like, okay, guys, it's 2030. Okay, we're in 2030. We're deep into NoPixel 7.0 on GTA 6, right? And people at this point are basically, okay, you have like your sleeping hours and your waking hours, and the vast majority of people are spending the majority of their time in like GTA metaverses. Why would they not spend money in like in a similar way that you spend money for your like your clothes in real life, right? Like what if like we live in like these little like apartment pods and we just wear like generic comfy sweatpants and sweatshirt, and we have like our closets just lined with identical ones, and we never go outside. But going outside is where we go outside in this video game, and that's where our clothing and fashion is.
Yeah, actually.
I can definitely see that where like reality is not as important as virtual reality.
Wait, you're right, Blau. Why should I save money? I should spend more money on gacha games. You're absolutely right. You make an excellent point. No more savings. Only spending on 2D waifus. Thank you, man. I've seen the light.
There you go.
I think that's the world we're actually going to.
100%.
Hey, man, if it's like a Black Mirror episode, count me in.
Well, it's just like, well, think about it this way. Like, why do you not just wear comfy sweatpants and a sweatshirt every day? Like, why do you wear other things, even if it's like an accessory? Like, why?
You'll look good.
Yeah,
You feel good?
self-expression.
Okay. So now, if when you're awake, you spend the majority of your time like at a computer or a console or your phone, and most of your time is spent digitally as opposed to IRL, why would you not express yourself there?
And that's why we do. Maple Story.
That's why I spend the money on cosmetics in Maple Story.
That's right.
Oh my god, then you can get like limited edition cosmetics, gacha cosmetics. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
battle
oh my
passes,
God.
premium currency.
I got you hooked. It's over.
Yeah. I've got like 6 active battle passes right now.
I'm just saying NoPixel has a crazy monetization opportunity, Sam.
Yeah, it does. It
Well, yeah,
really does.
You gotta be careful though, because like, you don't want to go out of bounds where Rockstar's gotta be like, hey, you can't do that.
You should
Oh,
just
you
let
mean in
businesses advertise
4.0?
in game.
Right, because like, licensing and copyright and all that,
That's always a weird one. Like, how would McDonald's advertise in GTA when like Burger Shot exists in GTA,
Mhm.
Right, but I mean, why can't they have the same billboard you see on the highway in real life in Los Santos? Right? It's gonna do the same thing anyways. You see that? Like, oh, McDonald's, $5 meal. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get that tonight.
Bro, dude, if I was playing GTA and like I'm hungry and I see like a thing for like some food,
DoorDash, right?
I'm grabbing my Uber Eats. I'm ordering that
Right.
shit.
Or imagine like where you take your phone and you scan the billboard with it, and it DoorDashes like the meal for you, and then you're good, and I'll be here in 5 minutes.
Damn.
You're always like in the virtual world. You never leave it. Everything's just made so easy, and it gets better and better and better.
Oh my
That
god.
would be
And
crazy.
you're in the GTA virtual world, driving around, driving to your virtual job at Senior Buns, and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm bored. I gotta put on a podcast. And the roleplay podcast is in the world of GTA, and you're listening to a real podcast in the virtual world that's talking about said virtual world that you're in.
Oh my god, you could host your podcast in GTA.
True.
Wait, yeah. Why? What's stopping you?
What's stopping you?
You should
Ssaab.
do a podcast
Yeah.
of like the role players
because-
and also podcast the characters.
Ssaab,
That's
I
because
have the character
break-
Nathan Blau.
Well, you do, right? We
Oh
break
my
character a
God.
lot on the podcast. No problem. It's gonna sound weird to people. Like, what is OOC? What is
Well,
in character?
Well, Sab, what if we did an in-character version of the roleplay podcast?
Now you're thinking. Now you're
An
cooking.
in-character version of the roleplay podcast. Wow.
And we keep it entirely in character. So here's the idea: we keep entirely in character.
No. I haven't. I haven't yet. You
Okay, go.
make bunch of normies that react to events that happen in Los Santos as podcasters, right? They're just regular people, locals that live in the city, and they're reacting to what's happening. It could be like Chang'an destroying the city hall. You're like, listen, man. Hey, Jamie, pull it up. Do you see where Chang'an shot? The mayor. Let's watch it, right? Like crazy shit like that, right?
Yeah, or I was gonna say you could even bring in the other characters, but then instead of talking about the role player as that character, you just strictly talk about the character in their life, right? So then, you could also do it where it's like, you're podcasting in Los Santos, and then it's like, yo, like today on our episode we have, I don't know, Maximilian Thoroughbred. Like, Max, how'd you become the mayor, right? And it's like,
right, like the story, behind it.
Oh my god. Wait,
chat,
that
that's
would
why
be
I'm
so
pleased to
good.
announce a special roleplay podcast episode that's going to be coming up, where we are going to do the roleplay podcast in character, with my Nathan Blau character and Ssaab. You need to make a Ssaab.
I'll
It's
make
just you.
myself.
Okay.
I've never done a self insert before.
Wait, that would be
So,
so good.
okay.
I'll mix them
figure it out. And the guest on the podcast has to. It's completely whoever we get that day. That's our stream that day. As we go in to go podcast in Los Santos. There you go.
I'm down. Hey, we can mix it up. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Kimmy, Peter, final question before we get you guys out of here because we've had you here long enough. Give me a role play hot. Ssaab's gonna be mad about this. Give me a role play hot take. What's your role play hot take?
Hot take.
What grinds your gear? What boils your blood in
Or
roleplay?
like, what's something that you'd say that you know, like the chatters will oop to though? Give you a little.
I think Tilly Winters is a bitch. Fuck you, Tilly Winters. You cunt. I hope you burn in hell. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's not a hot take.
Fuck, man. I don't know. I don't really have one. I feel like I haven't been in the server to like really have any like hot takes yet. Everyone's been really chill, really cool. I've only had like very few interactions that were like not, I guess, like favorable, maybe I would say, or like it was like the interactions were really flat, but like that, I mean, I don't know, that's just my own opinion. Yeah, I don't know, generally speaking, I think it's been pretty good. So I think I would like the PD to be more threatening though. I would like to have more cool, interesting interactions with PD. Maybe that's my hottest take, but like I don't even know that's a hot take.
No, I think that's fair.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimmy's cooking something.
She's thinking about it.
Kimmy's
She's
about to
thinking
get
about it right now.
clipped.
I'm just thinking about like what like a hot. There are some things that I could say, but like I don't actually mean them. You know what I mean? Like I could say it for the clip, but I'm not gonna actually mean it. So I don't want to just say things. Just
Say it. We won't
Say it
clip
for
it,
the
I
clip.
promise.
I'm a pussy.
No,
I'm
do it.
Kimmy saying "fuck CG." CG's dog shit. Those are Kimmy's words, by the way. Kimmy said those words. I can't believe you would say that.
For real, on God.
Damn, I didn't know. That was
That's
Peter. That was
crazy.
Peter said that. Oh
Crazy
my
you say
god,
that,
that was
Kimmy.
Peter.
D-face Kimmy.
Holy.
What
I think we have to do the first live band here at Blau. Okay, get ready.
Holy
I'm down.
shit, Kimmy. That's
Kimmy,
crazy.
Kimmy, I believe. Just say the hot take with your chest, bro. Ssaab, I said the one a while ago where I was like, I think there should be more whitelists. I got fucking dragged for it, and guess what? There are now whitelists. I see
Nice.
them. Yeah, no one's complaining now.
Well, like it's not really okay. It's not really a hot take. It's just like some things. Like I just think that a lot of people who RP like take things too personally, take things too OOC, get too hot like headed, too much ego, bad communication, they're immature. I feel like a lot of people are very judgmental. They're very it's just like that stuff. But I don't want to name any
I
specific
completely agree. So start listing some names right now.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah, not going to list any names or anything. And
think that's not
I'm
too hot.
also
That's fair.
guilty of like this stuff myself, so I have to check myself a lot too. So yeah, just stuff like that. But you know, as long as people just like keep it like content and you know good communication, like we're good. I think.
Why would you say that about Benji? That's so mean, dude.
How did you know I was
that's
talking
fucking-
about
Bro,
him?
Lysium
How
is-
did you know?
fucking
How did you know?
Lysium does suck. No, but like that's one where it's like it's weird, but like people get like it feels like a hot take say, but it's like, yo, like let's just role play, man. Like we're just trying to create some content. Like don't fucking come after me. I'm just trying to, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you know, don't make it too serious, you know, kind of thing. Like if you actually feel some type of way, just like don't hesitate to reach out, you know, it's like not that deep. You know, so God,
Yeah, Ssaab.
I'm like skirting around the edges right now.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
like I said,
Why are you skirting around the edges? Just say the fucking name.
don't say
I'm
anything.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't say anything. No, I think saying the names always makes things worse, but not like, yeah, I don't think you should ever like call things out, like specific things up. I think it's
Yeah.
fine to generally be like, yo, like people probably need to like chill. And just be nice.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
chill and be nicer.
You're gonna
Yeah.
message
think-
me after that, right, Kimmy? You're gonna tell me?
Yeah,
I'm
I got
nosy.
you. I got you. I got
Hell
you.
yeah, dude. Oh hell yeah. All right.
I mean, for me, it's like it's okay to get upset in the moment, but you have to be able to just regain your composure and move on, right? If you're just throwing a tantrum for like straight an hour, just nobody wants to be around that. You can get upset for like 10, 15 minutes and react to it. That's fine. It's a human thing. We all get upset. We all have a certain way we see things. I get that, but you have to move forward. And if you don't, then it just lingers and it just becomes a bigger problem for everybody around you.
Bro, also that what you just said, that's my take for like the viewers and the audience of it is like, yo man, like people everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days, you know? Like, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm mauled when I play games, bro. I did the fucking tree
Who
sentinel
doesn't?
in Elden Ring. I
Right.
mauled it at that challenge, right? Like we get upset sometimes. Don't like don't hold it over people's head if they get like salty for like 10, 15 minutes or some shit, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
Right.
only cringe after 20 minutes. So fucking get your shit together, okay?
Give or take, yeah. That's your range for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think roleplay is always going to have that. Unfortunately, roleplay can be stressful because of just how mainstream it become. It has went from this like niche audience, like there's just everybody watches it now. And there's a lot of people that watch it. There's a lot. I went down to my barber shop, and one of the barbers that was there was a viewer of GTA 5 RP. I had no idea. I was like, what is going on? Like, people are just always watching.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I love that though. I love how big and invested the GTR community is.
Mhm.
I think like there's a very vocal minority that ruins it, but like the large majority of the community is like so invested and supportive and like engaged, and I think it's like so fun.
Love it. Okay, final question before I get you guys out of here. I know I said that was the final. You guys probably watch some RP. Who's your favorite character to watch? Who's somewhere I fucking love watching, whether it's clips,
Ooh.
streams. Who's like a character where you're like, that's the character. I love watching that shit.
I have two. So one
You do too.
is January Fooze. It has to be definitely up there. And also Giga. I really like Giga. I think her
Oh
character's
yeah,
great.
Giga's fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah. Those would be the two off the top of my head amongst like the sea. I mean, I watch so many fucking streams at a time. So like on a given day, I'll probably change my answer. But like, yeah, those are the two off the top.
Oh, I would say, like I am like captivated whenever I watch Leslie roleplay. I don't understand how her brain works. Like it's fascinating to me. So I just love watching Leslie's roleplay. I know she's taking a bit of a break right now, so hope she can get refreshed from that break. But I just think she's so talented. Yeah, I'd say Leslie.
We've never had Fooze on the podcast, too, Ssaab.
Oh.
That's so we.
Sounds
Kimmy,
just
we'll be
Blau,
inviting you
come on.
back. I know.
Fooze
Listen,
Fam podcast.
we are. I think we will do a Fooze family podcast. I did
Oh
promise
my-
that episode at some
Oh,
point.
yes.
That's gonna be a
Yes.
spicy episode.
How many RPers are in the Fooze family?
Like how
20?
many?
Like how many people play Fooze family members?
Okay, so there's January, March, April, May, August, September, October soon, and December.
Are those all played by different people?
March and August are the same person, right?
Burn plays
Burn.
August and March. And to be fair about like the Foozes is like there's only like 3 that are what you would consider like main characters. The others are like side characters.
Okay.
Like me, Janet, and April are the only ones who like are main
Consistent.
characters are Fooze right now.
I see. Okay. That is a lot. That is a lot.
There's 12 of us.
Yeah.
A couple open spots though.
Yeah.
Let's see. That is through all of my questions. Kimmy, Peter, how is it being on the Roleplay podcast?
It was great. Thanks for having me. Sorry if I like didn't really know how to answer all the questions, but I had a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to go back to RP.
Dude,
You
I can
answered
talk
that
about
fine,
RP all day, every day. Like, oh man, like I am just so obsessed with GTRP these days. It's been great. You guys are great.
Yeah,
Kimmy,
I'll
I'm
definitely see you
excited because
guys
I
around.
gotta finally role play with you actually coming up. So that'll
My
be fun.
brother who fucked my best friend in high school. Crazy.
Whoa.
That was crazy that you spun
What a
that lore,
story.
and now it's core lore to December. It's
Wait,
why I'm
you spun that? I thought you forced that lore on me.
you yes-handed the lore and gave her a name and made it even worse. So
Oh yeah, and now you have to go for Queenie because she's my new, you know.
wait, no, I'm making the rule is that December can't go for the friends of his sisters.
Oh, he's changed. Wow.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll
Guys, don't keep it in the family, okay?
Yeah, keep it in the
We're gonna run out of
family.
months of calendars.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on to Roleplay Podcast, which is also for all the viewers on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. We have Kimmy, AngelsKimi, who plays September Fooze, Peter at twitch.tv/Peter Park, who plays Peener Pogue. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. We also have our wonderful co-host, Ssaab, Ssaab, twitch.tv/Ssaab. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Who had
Wait,
the
do you guys
sound?
hear
Was that
that?
your soundboard, Peter?
Wait, I didn't know if it would actually work.
Was
It
yours,
worked. It was
Kimmy? Oh,
perfect.
thank you.
Definitely works.
I thought it was Blau. I was like, Blau, you got a new soundboard? My
Oh,
God,
no.
we got a new thing. We got
Oh,
behind the glass somewhere.
I just got it. It's so much fun to use. It's the Rodecaster Pro 2. Use discount code AngelsKimi for. No, I'm kidding. I don't have it. I was just kidding.
Yo, but I mean, like, if they want to sponsor a
Convinced me.
podcast.
Wow, that was like an
No, but-
amazing read.
Wait, I have heard this thing. It's like everyone's saying it's like the Goxler but better.
The what? Oh, the
Go
GoPro.
XLR, yeah,
Yeah, the Rodecaster Pro too, right?
yeah. Everyone
I'm
says
not
that's really
invested
good.
in
Baby, yeah, definitely highly recommend it. It's so
I'll have
much
to check
fun.
it out. It looks
Oh
good.
my gosh.
And then you have like all these fun.
And like voice changers that you can use for literal like.
RP situations is so easy.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I got mine too as well.
Oh, you have one too?
No, I have the Go XLR, but I'm gonna get the one you have.
Oh, yeah, it's.
Wait, I
highly
want the one you have,
recommended.
Kimmy. That's sick.
Yeah, the Rodecaster Pro 2.
All right, let's
Amazing.
check it out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. Peter, Kimmy, Ssaab. We'll see you guys in the city.
Thanks for
Oh,
having
we
us.
should use that.
Guys.
That should be our ending phrase, Ssaab. That's like see you in the city. Like, it's kinda,
Yeah,
is that
Not in the
cringe?
city.
Is that cringe?
No, it's not.
Done.
No, it's not.
Hey guys,
It's a
you know,
roleplay podcast.
hey, you know what? See you in the city.
That's a little cringe.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye,
Okay.
bye,
Bye.
everyone.